Hi, it's Margie, and I'm here to give you a quick overview of what's going on with hashtags on LinkedIn. They've been doing some work, so I just want to keep you up to date because I think it's really great work that they're doing, and I think it's a huge addition for getting our messaging out in front of the right audiences and receiving the information that we want to receive. So let's get started. I'm going to start with posting on the homepage feed. So this would be on the homepage of your account. You should be looking at the homepage of my account, and up here at the top of the live feed in the middle is where you would create a post. And if what we do is we click in that space and it opens it up where you write the message, and then LinkedIn is suggesting hashtags, and you'll notice this on all your areas on LinkedIn where you do a post, even in groups. They are suggesting hashtags for you to add to your message, and you can use the hashtags here, and you can also add your own. It's important to remember that the hashtags are primarily for internal use by LinkedIn to direct your messaging to the audiences you want to see your messaging. And you can, of course, also use it for the benefit of the public. Hashtags are often used to give more definition and distinction to a message as someone's reading it. So you can, hopefully the hashtag will have two uses. You can include as many hashtags as you wish. So I just want you to know that the primary reason is for internal routing, and you can also have the external reason. And also you need to know that they show up as bright, bold, hyper blue links. There's none in the live feed. I checked before and went forward with recording, but you'll see them as you look at your own feed and other messages. They're bright blue, bold hyperlinks. So if your text message is short and you use a lot of these hashtags, your message might be overwhelmed by the hashtags and get lost to the reader. And if you are just using a lot of hashtags and you want your reader to see what the hashtags say for public viewing, it might be too many characters, too bold, too much stuff for them to be able to take and read what the hashtags say. So it's your choice. Again, you have no limit on the number of hashtags that you can add to a post, but just step back and look at it and make sure it's going to be effective for internal purposes, but also effective for external purposes as well. And again, you can add your own hashtags here, but you can also go and search for hashtags to get some ideas. So, and to check to see what LinkedIn is associating with that hashtag. So you can do that in a couple of ways. One, go up here to the search window and type in a hashtag. I'm going to use hashtag goals. And that will open up the advanced search filters that you use for anything that you use the search window for. And you'll go to content, and this will bring up posts and articles that have that hashtag, so you can see what LinkedIn is assigning to that hashtag, okay, and if you want to continue to use it. You can also type in a hashtag where the first few words have different last characters on them. For example, time. If I type in time, hashtag time, I get a bunch of different hashtags with time. Time travel, time saver. LinkedIn will suggest different hashtags. So you can see their suggestions here. And if you click on any of them, it will take you to a feed for that hashtag. And you can see what LinkedIn is assigning, type of messaging that LinkedIn is assigning that hashtag to. So you can decide if you want to use it as well. And if you note here, it says follow. So you can also follow that hashtag, meaning that you want to receive information from people who use that hashtag. And the best I can complete as an understanding right now from messages from LinkedIn support and from using this now is that whatever hashtag you add to a message, you are also automatically following it. So if you follow this, this will also come up as a suggested hashtag in your post areas, and they'll be managed as one and of the same, and we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so those are different ways that you can find new hashtags. There's also one more way. And if you remember, when you go to your regular home feed of posts, each post has three little dots up here in the corner. And one of the options that opens up here is Improve My Feed. And this brings you into a page. It's actually part of your My Network link up here on the top navigation. And it's Follow Fresh Perspectives. And it's been people and companies that you could get information from to update your feed. But now there's also hashtags in there. So this is executives and management, and they flow through sales, content strategy, just ideas for hashtags that some are pretty obvious, but so obvious you might not think of them. So you can go through here and you can get an idea of the other hashtags that are out there on LinkedIn. And if you're wondering where you're at with your hashtags, you can go right over here to Following. And this shows you, as soon as it clicks, the hashtags LinkedIn is already assigning with you, and that might be a surprise. You might find out that LinkedIn has already given you some hashtags. So click on that, and of course it's not showing you now. Okay, it does this to me in demos. Over here there's a filtering. Let's see if it will come up. Yes, there we go. So over here, there's this nice little filtering menu here. And you can see following how many hashtags you are following here. I have 31 hashtags, okay? And while we're talking about the My Network page, let's click on it from the top. And over here on the left, you can see it's got your connections. Now your groups is over here, but that's another topic for another day. But down below here are your total hashtags. I have 31 hashtags. I click on that, and it brings me back to that My Network page. All right, full circle. So hope that made sense and you followed all that. So let's go back out to the home page. And for managing these hashtags, okay, over here on the left side, LinkedIn has your communities. You might think that's your groups, but it's not. It's your hashtags. And they're looking at this flow of information to and from based on the hashtag as communities of interest. So get used to that thinking when you choose your hashtags, okay? And you click on this little pencil, and it's got a list of your hashtags and these little pins that you have seen before on the skills section on your profile page. And you can click on a pin. You can pin a hashtag that you want to stay on top of every day when you go into your home page. So I'm going to do startups. I'm just going to do, and it's probably not going to let me because it doesn't like to do that, but it does work. Just know that. So you can choose a pin, and what happens is the pins will go in this section, pinned hashtags. So when I come into my home page, before I chose startups, I had these other two pins, social networking and professional women. So I can come to my homepage, look what's there, and I'm always looking for something to comment on. And so I can just go and choose to get the flow real easily. It's right there for me to grab. And all of a sudden my feed is full of messaging with that hashtag. So I'm up to date on what's going on with people who are talking about social networking. And can't complain about having my feed full of ads anymore. You can now select what comes in based on hashtags, and they make it easy for you to get your favorites found and clicked on. Then below that section is hashtags, and they list a good number of them, so you have some conveniently located for you to click on and have the feed show all the data. You can click here for Show More, and it brings up some more, and if you click on See All, it takes you back to that page in your My Network section, okay? So now articles are a little bit different. We go back to the home page, and if you want to write an article, you click on this link, and it takes you to a different platform. And articles, you can put them in the article. No one's going to stop you from typing them in, but they will not be used internally by LinkedIn. LinkedIn will not access those hashtags to direct your article to the audiences you want it to go to. So you can put them in there for the outside viewing purposes, but again, it will do you nothing, nada, not one iota of help in telling LinkedIn where you want the information to go. So where do you put your hashtags? Again, you have no limitation on the hashtags, but I have to get to a draft so I can show you. Let me open this up, and I want to just change the headline to testing and just write in a message here, testing. And you know when you finish an article, you publish it, right? So when you go to publish, you have this screen, you're almost done, and this section here, tell your network what you want what the article is about, and use hashtags to help others find it. This is where you put your hashtags. And again, there's no limit. There used to be 3 hashtags they recommended. Now they're saying there's no limit. So put your hashtags in here, and this will tell LinkedIn where to send your article, which audiences you want to see your article. And LinkedIn will send that hashtag, will direct it to those people who want to follow that hashtag. So I think it's pretty cool. So that's all there is to it for articles. So stay tuned and keep an eye on your profile page. I think you all know on your profile page, underneath the summary, it shows your posting and your articles, and you can go right into analytics from there. Each article actually has its own direct, internet is slow. Down below here, it's got its own little graph that you can go in, and that's pretty lightweight. Let's see, there's a heavy duty one. Here's at least 24. And when you go in, you click that open, it tells you views, who the views are from, and it gives you a little bit more, but I can't ever see it on this computer. I think the posts give you more than the articles. But anyway, I would start keeping track based on your use of hashtags and see how much is increased. I did a post yesterday that all of a sudden has 34 views. I just did 3 hashtags, and that's a lot of views for some of my posts in less than 24 hours. So anyway, take this and run with it. Let me know if you have questions, and I think this is a great big addition to LinkedIn, so want to see all of you out there using it. Stay tuned for more.